Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thank you for booming in. Market sell-off, crypto slump, a complete bloodbath out there. We have a few people still in the trenches, but we're out here, a few good men with the sharpened blades. And today, in my opinion, is a good day to buy. It's a good day to buy the dip. In my opinion, this is not a financial advice. Crypto disclaimers left and right for the crypto cucks on the front row. Because there's still a couple crypto cucks that listen daily. Okay? If you take the time to hate on the champ, you're also a fan. Thank you very much. So, kaboom to you. Shout out to the boomers there. Make sure you drop me a chat. Let me know that you're still alive out here in these crypto trenches. We got like 7%, 8% sell-off on the board out there. Looking ugly. It's a bloodbath out there. Couple wounded soldiers and many more have been completely killed in action. People have, they've rotated. Where are your favorites? Where are your favorites at? The OGs. I see a couple OGs still out there, though. I see my OG still out there. Let's check out the price. Listen, I think it will stay above 1,500 here in anticipation for the merge. If BTC doesn't break down. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Turn off the coins. Ether there at 1693, a major sell-off over 8% in the past 24 hours. Listen, guys, it's ugly. And this is correlated directly with the fiat legacy system, inflation, and the uncertainty with these rates. I mean, not even uncertainty with the rates. The rates are going up. Okay, so there's going to be less credit out there, and that could equate to less buying power overall. And people just want some stability in the dollar, it seems. But listen, this is the game they play, back and forth, the seesaw games, the peaks and the valleys. And before you know it, whenever the Fed decides to start buying again, they could do it just like they did these past 30 days. Let's not act like the rally's not driven by a fake buying by the banks. I mean, who's really buying out here? The credit is drying up. The rates are going up. There's more fear than greed in the markets. And that's why I think there's an opportunity. So you got ETH selling off, T-Fuel, CRO. Everything's down. Everything's down, okay? Almost 10%, and it's a bloodbath. Let's see who the gainers are. TRX is moving against ETH, but listen, it's against ETH and against BTC, nothing against the US dollar. Phantom is moving against ETH. I'm keeping an eye on it because this is where you want to position yourself. See, which altcoins are moving in relation to each other when things start selling off. And then you got Phantom looking strong against ETH. Where's my technicals at? Still looks sell though. It's still on the sell. How about BNB? Looking good against Bitcoin. See, where are people retreating to? It seems like people are buying Binance over BTC, and are they buying Binance over ETH? Today they are up 3%. Look at that gain. People retreating back into Binance. I'm telling you, I said this earlier, and this is still sell for the 24-hour, but if you look at the 1 week, the 1 week looks pretty healthy. I said this before, when people take profits from ETH and maybe even Bitcoin, and if they don't go in the US dollar, they're going to roll into other altcoins that may be valuable, like BNB. We saw Phantom up against ETH today, TRX, which is not my favorite. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely crazy about TRX, but like the meme coins, either TRX and SHIB, this is not a good sign to me when these guys start bumping. But BNB against BTC looking good. Cake is part of the BNB. Atom, we've talked well about it. AVAX as well. Phantom. So something to consider. Let me check out the chat. Happy Friday to my boomers out there. Guys, drop a comment in the chat. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Happy Friday to the boomers out there. And a lot of the boomers have to go back and and do something else because the crypto right now is not paying off for a lot of people. I'll tell you that much. It's not paying off for the majority. So It's a DCA game strategy right now. Hopefully you guys are DCA. And today I definitely I'm DCAing 100%. Now how much? Maybe if I ramp it up a little bit more, perhaps maybe. And again, ETH and BTC first, and then I can worry about BNB. So I'd probably pick up some ETH today and a little bit of BTC, and we'll see if I scoop up some more BNB. But I'll be buying the dip, absolutely, on a DCA, nothing crazy. I usually buy weekly anyway, but being that it's a little more red than usual, you know, it might be worth to buy a little bit more. We got a couple people there in the chat. Good morning and salud and salute to my Bitcoin and Ether soldiers. There's going to be a little bit more Ether soldiers. I'm telling you, there's already headlines discussing how Ether is gaining more and more market share with BTC, and that's what I'm saying. It's been the narrative. I've said this months ago. I said, guys, watch for ETH against BTC. Watch this. I'm telling you. I'm reminded about when I was telling you guys, watch for DeFi. Watch how it's going to blow. And did it blow? Of course it did. You know, I'm not your crypto daddy, but you know, the champion friends have been known to pull up early. That's why we're still here. I'm fairly very confident that the opportunity is going to show itself. We just got to wait. The opportunity will show itself. We just got to wait. And we're already in positions that could come, that have potential already. I'm still waiting on this pulse. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of memes and a lot of negative talk, but I think eventually this thing is going to launch. I don't think they're going to try to compete with the ETH 2.0 debut. They're going to obviously come to market after ETH 2.0, which is not really a good look. I mean, I think they were trying to beat ETH 2.0 to market, and it looks like that may not be the case. But again, we don't know. It's still about 30 days till this ETH merge, and they fumbled the ball before, so anything's possible. All right, guys, drop a comment or question. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Shout out to all the boomers in the chat and people on Twitch as well. I got to go log in over there. I haven't logged in. I saw somebody yesterday, you know, saying what's up, but I haven't logged in. TikTok has definitely treated me a lot better. But it's been a few days since I've done some shorts. The shorts are cute, but, you know, I feel kind of memeish, but why not? Happy Friday. Hit the gym. I posted back up on the gym today, and while I didn't hit the top PR numbers, I've still worked up to 275 on the squat. Did a couple sets there. And what I've been doing the past few months is that I work up to a top set, but, you know, and you know, I conquer that, or, you know, I get to that top heavy set where I'm working for, and then I always end it with a light set that's heavy reps. So, like, for instance, I did 275 as my top set, and then the last set that I did, I went back to 185 and I repped it out. Or did I even rep out just the plate? Maybe even 135. I'm not remembering correctly, but the point being is that, you know, the last set rep out. Do twice as many reps or more than you did on your heaviest set. That's what I'm doing lately. And continuing to eat super healthy. No. I mean, I'm not saying super healthy, but just eating on point and eating like 80, 90% at home. It's like 75, 80% at home all the time. You know, sometimes, you know, we eat out and we have to do, you know, on the weekends and stuff sometimes, but or one random weekday. But I'm definitely shopping a lot more for the groceries and making sure I have that protein and those eggs handy, because basically everything is built around steak and eggs for me. I'm still hitting carbs, and I'll eat, you know, vegetables and fruits, but they're little compared to the intake of steak and eggs. Champ was right, and with the Mt. Gox dumping, there will be opportunities, says Leroy. Absolutely. We probably will see more dumping of BTC in the markets. That Mt. Gox, there's a couple other payouts that may happen. I don't know if it's The other gentleman that was arrested for the Silk Road, I think there's some coins over there. But as I've been saying all summer, even when we were in a little mini bull run there for 30 days, I wasn't entirely convinced. And I don't think that we've completely broken out of a trend and gone actually into a bull run. I mean, we had, 30 days of gains, but you know what I'm talking about when I refer to a bull run, like when the crypto bull run starts, it's like, it's evidence and everybody starts to talking about it, but we're far from there. Ether under 1700 is a buy. I think so. I think that Ether right now is probably have some support there at around 1500. I mean, we may see it dip lower. Right now it's obviously under 1700. Whatever it is, like 1688 is what I saw. I mean, it could go a little bit, more bloody. BTC could go under 20 again, and perhaps maybe that happens. But as we approach this merge again, there's got to be another pump with ETH, especially if things are all systems go. So maybe it retests 2000 again. Maybe it goes back to 16, 1550, and then boom, it goes again next week on a pump or the week after. But, as far as reaching heights of 3K, I did a video earlier this week saying, oh, will Ether reach 3K? And I don't think it's going to reach 3K before the merge. I really don't. I mean, it's still possible, obviously, but, a double up from here, I'm doubting it. Now, if the merge is pulled off successfully, people sell off ETH, they get into the altcoins, things start doing good, and then about 30, 45, 60 days later, they may start buying back into ETH again. Then it may start, then it has some legs. But we're going to just have to wait. And, the thing is with the blue chip cryptos, the Ether, the BTC, they've grown so large that they are already correlated to the legacy banking system. And that's just what it is, guys. The altcoins are correlated to BTC and Ether because most of them trade decentralized against them. And then BTC and Ether is correlated directly to the legacy system. Now, it's gotten so big. Before, it wasn't so much like that. But, BTC now is a part of a lot of people's portfolio. And even just legacy systems that have, it may be 5% or 2% of a portfolio, but you got to consider that some of these institutions, even 2-3% of something is a lot. So it's impacted. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's impacted by this inflation, by just the central bank system, the legacy system that's going through adjustments and pains right now. I'm not going to say growing pains because it's already grown, but it's just going through it. The economy's going through it because, you could argue because of, centralized mismanagement or not, or, but I think we can all agree the inflation's gone up, the prices have gone up, and now they're, tightening it up. So there's definitely a shift going on. And on that note, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. I encourage you guys to hit the gym, eat well, make sure you up your protein, and cut your carbs if you're trying to lose weight or not gain. And if you are trying to gain, don't be sloppy with your food. Just, eat clean. If you're trying to gain weight, like for my skinny minis out there, drink milk, honestly. Drink milk. I'm going to say this milk is bad and this and that. I don't know. To be honest with you. I think a little bit of milk here and there is not too bad. BTC is tied with and to the Dow. Yeah, at this point, it's tied to, that's what I'm saying, to the legacy system, the NASDAQ, the Dow. Just the ultimately all that is directly tied to the interest rate and how much the cost of money is. How cheap is money? And money is becoming more and more expensive. So people want the dollar. The price of money is going up. Before it was cheaper. Now the rate has gone up. Literally, they're putting up the rate. I think it's like weekly or every 30 days. They've been putting it up another X points. They're tightening it up, and they'll continue tightening into the new year. So I was watching. What was it? Patrick Bet David, and he was on a short there saying, and he gave the example. He's like, let's say you got a credit card with $15,000 limit, then, they hit you up the next week and say, yeah, your limit now is $10,000. And then the next week after, oh, your limit is 5. Before you know it, your limit is 1,000. And if that's a business card, that's going to limit the amount of cash flow that you could produce if you're buying and selling goods, on credit. That's going to impact your business. So that's what's going on. And ultimately, it's impacting the prices of BTC. But, I mean, you notice that the gas prices have gone down a little bit. Let's see if this, impacts the real estate a little bit and see if the real estate pulls back a little bit. So, goat milk. Yeah, you're right about that, Leroy. I know goat milk is technically less upsetting on the stomach than regular milk. They even give it to children that are they can't take milk properly. I don't really buy goat milk, but I've heard of the benefits or whatnot. But I go for just regular old milk. It's fine with me. And I don't, I drink milk maybe couple times every few weeks. We have milk here because of the kids, and they don't even drink milk every day either. I had a little glass of milk yesterday, but before that, it's probably been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. But every once in a while, and if, like I said, if you guys are trying to gain weight, if you guys are like, if your thing is like, I want to gain weight, I want to gain some size, start drinking a lot more milk. You'll gain weight. That's for sure. All right, guys. Shout out to Leroy, the lone wolf today in the chat. I appreciate you there, Leroy. There's a few good men still out there. We still got, a few viewers compared to when it's booming. Obviously, everybody pulls up when it's good. But let this be a lesson to the guys that are still in the trenches, because there's some guys that have been rocking with me since the beginning. And we've seen the trend. Once things start booming and you start seeing like people that are not associated with crypto talking about how good crypto is and if they should get in, you should be DCA selling right there. Like we did. During that last bull run, every week, I know I took some fiat off the table. Me personally. And I'm glad I did. So we'll wait. Right now, no one's talking about crypto. Everything is sleepy. Good time to DCA. Good time to even increase your DCA today because it's red. And once things ramp up, they'll come back around. It may take a year or two. We've already been in this bear market since the beginning of the year. We had 30 days of gains and the rest of the year has been losses. So it'll come back around. Maybe it'll come back around in 2023 or maybe even 2024. But what's a couple years if we're going to make some major gains as we've seen before? I mean, I would expect them. I would expect some big gains with some of these altcoins. I would expect Ether eventually to hit 5K, even 10K. I expect BTC to hit 50, even 100K eventually. And that would be, I would say, within the next 5, to be honest with you guys. Within the next 5, we should be able to see those numbers or less. And again, that's on my personal opinion, based on my personal opinion, on my experience. On that note, shout out to Leroy and the rest of the Metamaniacs catching the replay. Everybody enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champion. Thank you.